Most 20-year-olds won't believe this, but this is my £60,000 investment portfolio at just 20 years old. I'm not from a rich family, I failed my A-levels, and right now I still work in retail. But at 18 years old, I started investing, and over the last 2 years it's completely changed the way I think about my money, my freedom, and my future. So grab some popcorn, get comfortable, and let me show you the journey from £0 to over £60,000 invested. Before we start, quick disclaimer. Everything in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research before investing. Now, let's go back to 2023. At the time, I was 17 years old and studying for my A-levels, whilst working weekends in retail. I was earning around £11 an hour and working roughly 14 hours every weekend. That worked out at around about £600 a month. Now for most people, this doesn't sound life-changing, but for me, it was the beginning of everything. Instead of spending all my money, I saved aggressively. Every paycheck mattered. Then, January 2024 came around. I turned 18 years old, and whilst most people my age were going out spending loads of money on drinking every weekend, I was focused on one thing, my future. Don't get me wrong, I still went out sometimes, but I sacrificed a lot. By this point, I'd saved around £10,000. 3 months later, I finally took the leap. I opened a stocks and shares ISA on Trading 212 and deposited £5,000 into the market. This was the first real step towards my financial freedom. My first investments were mostly in big tech companies, Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, the so-called Magnificent Seven. At the time, I had no idea where this journey would take me. Then, reality hit. On May 2024, I checked my portfolio and I was down £70. And honestly, it hurt. I remember thinking, I spent an hour of researching stocks just to lose money. I was so tempted to panic, but instead, I decided to hold and trust my research. 1 month later, everything changed. By June, my portfolio had jumped over £1,000 in profit on a £5,000 investment. It generally felt unreal. That was the first moment where investing stopped feeling fake and started feeling powerful. Around the same time, I had finished my A-levels and moved to full-time hours in retail, increasing my income to around £1,700 a month before tax. Every month after that, I kept investing consistently. Then, February 2025 arrived, almost 1 full year after I started my journey. By this point, I had invested around £17,000 total, and my portfolio had crossed £20,000. I was over £3,000 in profit. I generally felt unstoppable. And then, the market crashed. In April 2025, Trump announced major tariffs that caused huge uncertainty in the stock market. My portfolio had dropped hard. I went from being 3,000 up to 3,000 down. I remember sitting there refreshing my portfolio every few minutes, watching thousands disappear, thinking maybe I had made a massive mistake. I couldn't sleep properly for days. But this was the first real test. Instead of quitting, I kept buying. I kept investing through the fear, through the panic, and through the red days. And eventually, it paid off. By May, my portfolio had recovered completely. Then came October 2025. This month was insane. I started the month at around £32,000 with roughly £23,000 invested. By the end of the month, I hit £40,000. A significant milestone in my investment journey. An £8,000 gain in a single month. Most of that came from one stock exploding upwards, which I'll talk about more in another video. At the time I thought, there's no way I'll beat a month like this, but somehow I did. April 2026, after a steady few months, the market went crazy, and in 1 month alone my portfolio had increased over £12,000. That pushed me above £52,000 overall and £27,000 profit. This means I've over doubled my money in just 2 years. To this day, it's one of the most surreal moments of my life, and the crazy part, I'm still working my retail job. Right now I earn £13.23 an hour, making around £1,800 a month before tax. I'm not some millionaire entrepreneur. I'm not a finance guru. I'm literally just a normal 20-year-old who decided to start investing early and stay consistent through the ups and downs. That's why I truly believe anyone can do this if they're patient, disciplined, and willing to think long term. This is only the beginning of the journey. So what are my goals and targets now? I'm currently sat around £60,000 in my portfolio, up £30,000 in profit. My next major milestone I want to hit is 100k through all of my investments and savings. This would be a massive milestone for me, and I never thought I would have been in this position back when I started, so it's insane that that's my next milestone. I'll be posting monthly portfolio updates sharing what I'm investing in and the mistakes I make while trying to hit my goals. 2 years ago, I was an 18-year-old retail worker with £5,000 and no direction. Now I'm here with a £60,000 portfolio and a target of 100k ahead of me. And honestly, I feel like I'm just getting started. Thanks for watching my journey. If you found it inspiring, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. But until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, stay bullish.